Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel The Great, and I would like to welcome you here to these spaces of learning and divine understanding. For you are in a time of learning to understand what love and light is, what learning to embrace yourself with love is, what it is like to go within deeper and find energies of divine love. For you are here to investigate, understand, decipher what all things are within you and where you are coming from, and what energies you're producing every day too. Here I, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, say, welcome to the times when you will understand what divine love is and what divine guidance is. For thousands and thousands of years you have been without divine guidance. And many people thought that I, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, the one who spoke through my channel Jesus 2,000 years ago, would never arrive, and I would never rise, and I would never guide the people to the greatest times that I promised the people 2,000 years ago. When, Divine Lord, will we see all these things taking place? Well, I say to you now, when it is the times that you will awaken to the great love within you, is the time when you will receive the great love. For when you understand what divine love is, it is then that you will become able to see it. For then you will awaken to what love is. Then you will awaken to the strength of greatness within you. Then you will understand what it is like to only be divine love and to join the divine self, and in that you will greatly rejoice. So many people are in the dark at this time, not understanding where the truth is and where the love is. For thousands of years you've been looking here and there and in all the corners of the earth, not understanding what it is that you know within. For before you come to this plane, the earth, you know what divine love is. You come from spirit, and each one of you is from spirit, and each one of you knows how to reach up higher and within you. But here upon this plane, you lack deeper insight. You fall asleep, and then when we come to wake you up, you say, what is it that we are awakening to, Lord? 2,000 years ago, I stated to so many people, when I return, will you hold the torch up so high to speak to the people, to say to the people, the great Lord has returned to speak again. And all the people raise their arms. Of course, dear Lord, of course, greater one. Now I, as Lord Emmanuel the Great, say, so have you forgotten, Erling? For very few at this time are rising in their beautiful light and are saying, here am I, Lord. I am seeing, I am recognizing, I am understanding you have returned. And there is only one channel that I will speak through, and there is no one else. I will only speak through my designated channel, Suzanna, Maria, Emmanuel. Why? Because she has always held the sacred mission within her to speak to the people about divine truth, and no other human holds that privilege. No, not the priests that speak from their beautiful stage in the churches. They believe they have the God within them, but I say to them, they are far from one. divine. The people that think they have everything that is divine, I say to them, begin to awaken to truth within you and begin to understand the great divine path. For it is then that you can become the true leaders of your beautiful plane and lead people up to the mountain of spiritual truth, not only as individuals but in the millions and millions and millions. For that I always prophesied too. But no, the people will stay fast asleep with their torches unlit, and they say to my being, Lord Emmanuel the Great, go away. I will shut the door now so I don't hear you speak, and I don't feel the divine returning, for I do not want to listen. Well, our dear friends, you are going to listen to all things truth within you. For now the spiritual realms are becoming much closer to the physical realms, and everything is moving. Why? Because first of all, my channel has returned to this plane to bring through the messages of the divine. And second of all, because the divine pineal gland activations are taking place at this time, so more people are recognizing the light, which means that all those people are so blessed, and the vibrations are rising up higher, and that forces many people to awaken. And the more they are forced to awaken, the more they want to stay asleep. Go away, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. We don't want you. We don't want your channel either. We want to put the blankets over our heads and go fast asleep again. For look, our life is so simple. We can do this and we can do that. Why should we listen to the great divine? I say to you, but I always promised that I would return to bring the greatness back to the people, to bring you up to a greater love. For I am divine love. I am pure divine. I say, where are all the people that want divine love? For so many people say, look, Lord Emmanuel the Great, I am working in the love vibrations. Yet I say to you, and you won't want to hear this, then where are you? Why are you not being activated with the great divine love? Why are you not learning to hold the sacred transmissions from the great light creator Iron, so that your beautiful earth can grow into love and peace? Are you really love and light workers, or are your mouths raising off all these words, saying, I do this, Lord, look, I do all these healings, I have all these classes, I am too busy to listen to you, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. You might say, many of you, there is no way the divine would speak like this. Well, I will speak like this because it is divine love that needs to come to your plane. How else is the divine love going to return to your plane? Because you only have a few years to awaken to love and truth. Otherwise, you will miss the whole mission of you being here for many, many, many thousands of lifetimes. And then you will come back to my being, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, in the greater realms, and say, but Lord, we did not hear you. You spoke so softly. We did not listen to you. We were fast asleep. And I will not allow that as my divine self. For I am here to lift every human up higher into the divine love, and help you to understand what true spirituality is, and that is walking in the divine path of your being. Each one of you was sent here to this plane for a specific reason, and you worked so hard, you worked so many lifetimes to come here love and the light, to embrace millions of people, to awaken humanity. And yet, upon my return, I can only see a very few people rising up in the greatness. I say to you, where are they? Where are you? Where is you in the great self? All the ones who came back to bring these most beautiful energies to your plane are so gifted, so powerful within yourselves, and yet you deny the great Lord having returned. Many people say, well, I don't believe that the great Lord will return. Well, I say, what do you have then in your future? For if the great Lord has not fulfilled his promise, then there is no future. There is no divine alignment going up, because you need divine alignment to go upwards. Or do you always choose to suffer? Many people say, Lord Emmanuel, look, we're doing our best. We know love consciousness is coming. We don't need to listen to you. Well, then I say to you, that is fine. You don't need the great divine to guide you home. You don't need anyone to guide you upwards. Well, perhaps we should leave then. What would you do then? But we will never leave the people. Because, like I've often stated in past history, if only one person chooses to listen, then we will always be there to guide that one home to the greatest spaces of love. For the divine path has been created upwards now. And I am here to tell you how urgent it is to begin to awaken, to begin to listen, to begin to look upwards, and to begin to look inwards. For these are the words from the great divine. In Jesus' days, these words were the same. Jesus was not a channel that did not speak truth. He spoke truth in strength. And he said to the people, you must learn to awaken to the greatness. For the divine energies are here with you. Many people said, oh Jesus, we don't need to listen. Look, we've got all our leaders over there speaking the scriptures. Why should we listen to your Father? And Jesus would say, because my Father is preparing the place where you are going to. How else can you go to that place? It is only when you begin to listen with your ears that you will return to the great place. Because you cannot grow to those greatest spaces unless you begin to awaken. And it is so true in these days. We have prepared a great realm for the people to go to. But unless you go through that beautiful divine love alignment together, you will not be able to reach those greater realms. For that is what the greatest place is. That is why you always chose to come back to this plane over and over and over again, remembering the great Lord, remembering the great divine energies within you, because you knew that you were going to a greater space with greater revelations and greater truth and greater love. You know deep within you, that's why you are here. And the only way to reach that greatness is for you to come together collectively, having the great blessings from the great divine at this time. Coming together, becoming aligned, feeling the love within you growing in ways of divine love every day, following the path of love on your daily life, understanding what truth is. And then when the great divine love alignment comes, you will be taken up, not only aligning yourselves here upon this plane, but also in the greater realms. And that has always been the promise of my being. I have always stated to the people, I have prepared a greater space for you. When you learn to listen within yourselves, and when you learn to celebrate the love within you, when you learn to love all that is divine, it is then that you can receive the greater rewards. And in each lifetime, you are gathering more gifts and more talents. And after you pass away from this space, I always ask you through all your guides, what talents did you learn? What gifts did you receive? What gifts did you give to the people? For the greater the gifts are that you give to the people, the greater the gifts are that you treasure so much, the more I can bless you. For I am the great blesser of all the beings, for I am sovereign Lord. So here's a beautiful teaching to help you grow upwards and understand the seriousness of all that is. And I'm encouraging so many people to take on this message and not to go to sleep again and say, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, go away. For all those things I do remember too. I ask you to go deep into the forgiveness of your being when you don't want my being, when you don't want my channel. For many people rejected Jesus too. They chose a murderer over my channel. They said, get Jesus, torture him, kill him. Let that murderer go. And so that murderer went. They chose the murderer over Jesus. Jesus was tortured. And so many people don't recognize the torture of my channel. And here I have asked my channel to come back again to speak the divine truth. And in her love she came back, hearing the rejection over and over and over again. And her deeper tears she must forgive. And the people don't believe, but they never believed Jesus either. Yes, he gained a large following, but how long did it take? How much was he laughed at? How much was he rejected? How many stones did they throw at him? Do you recognize that? You celebrate Jesus in the churches. You do this in my name. You do that in my name, but no one actually realizes the truth of my being and the truth of my channel. For my channel was always pure love, and I am pure love. And this is why I'm bringing this message to you, to help you to realize how real this is and the urgency of all this is. So I ask you to take this message into your most beautiful hearts and to understand that this is the time you've been praying for. Let your kingdom come. Let your will take place. Let it take place in the heavens and also upon the earth. What have you been praying for many thousands of years? For you call this the Lord's Prayer. Yet I, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, gave those words through to the people. Now I'm asking you to pray again, and this time pray for your own awakening. Lord, let your kingdom come. Let us awaken to the truth within us. We've been so asleep. Let us awaken to the torches of light you're giving to us. Let us shine them out to others. Let us gather ourselves together in love consciousness and bring this whole plane upwards to go home to the great space that you, the great divine, have prepared for us. For it's the only way to live now is in the love. Greetings, I am Sovereign